Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Let's deal with the whole, where do you fall on the, man, I don't care about what y'all talking about, the real workers in the streets. Where do you fall on that talking point?
That talking point gives me a headache, man. I've been dealing with that for so long. It gives me a headache, man. It literally, because get out in the streets and do what is what I want to know. Like, we don't have no way to finance each other. So then what are we getting out in the streets for and doing? And who are we talking to? And why do we think they're going to be listening to us?
Brother Robb?
Why?
Oh, here I am. I'm back.
Yo, what's your thoughts on the whole we got to do this in the streets talking point? Because it seems like every time we start talking about what we're talking about today, somebody hits us with the, oh, man, you guys are full of hot air, the real workers in the streets. What's your thoughts on that talking point?
You just don't come on out with, okay, let's do this. You got to have a plan and something to back it up with. You don't just get yourself out there and be out there, oh, we got to do this, we got to do. No, you got to have a plan and something to back it up with. And you got to go ahead and follow through with a strategic plan and go ahead and this is how we're going to do, and we're going to do this and what's coming up next. And it's got to be something long term. You can't go ahead and be something that's go ahead from here till tomorrow. You just got to go ahead and be something for the next 500 or 600 years.
The Hebrew Israelites are in the streets.
I know. Oh, you know, see,
but really, that's not a plan. They only supporting some BS, and right now they're going through some other stuff. The ones that's going over there to Israel are being sterilized along with the Ethiopians. So they never really had no plan. They were going along with someone else.
Yeah,
I agree with Rob.
They being sterilized from one white country to another. I can never understand that.
I agree with Rob.
Brother Rob, did you just say they're being sterilized?
Yeah, some of them that's over there being sterilized, Ethiopians and some of the brothers and sisters that came from America that's over there.
And all that, they won't take their blood. They can't donate blood either.
Do they control any infrastructure over there?
No.
So they went from America being under the socioeconomic and political control of Western Europeans to being under the socioeconomic and political control of Jews.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then people looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, Brother Earl, I thought I was alone in this, man. Thank you. I thought
Brother Earl,
I'm missing something here.
Brother Earl, where do you fall on the we got to do this in the streets talking point?
Well, there was a couple of groups in Memphis that kind of had that philosophy about, when we come to a meeting and it'd be like, we got to get out in the streets and we got to protest it. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a group that I went to a meeting about 2 years ago, and if what I've looked at as following this group is, you can have a protest every week. You'll always have something to protest. You'll always have something to march about.
Of course, that's
they'll drag you along for 16 years. So if that's all you're gonna do, you'll be fine. That's an activity. You'll be doing that till now until you're dead.
Yeah.
And you'll never get nothing done. Problems will never get solved. Nothing will ever change. So if you are just talking about we're going to get out there in the street, you got to tell me more than that.
Right. See, that's because I think all of it, I think we were having this pretty kind of this debate again almost on Facebook about protesting and rallies and marches. I mean, it's got to be part of a bigger strategy, a bigger plan. And they really can work, but you can't we just won't get out there and be talking, and then at the end of the rally, that's it. Everybody just disperse. It has to be part of something.
I got a couple of things. I got a couple of things with people that really want to take those protesting things, listen carefully, and make some real power about it. Well, every time you have one of these bootlicking African governments, right? Bootlicking African governments that keep selling Africa out, don't want to deal with us with our land and everything like that, don't want to give us dual citizenship, let us set up our satellite communities, those don't want to deal with everything. Hey, guess what? We're going to start embracing your dissident groups in America, and we're going to start protesting in front of your embassies. We're going to start exposing you for what you're doing. Like Rob, the thing about the chocolate industry. the chocolate, the black chocolate thing. What's it called, Rob? Imagine if we basically were galvanized and whatnot, and we really want to do something, we could shed light on that. And I guarantee you, after we put so much pressure to bear, they'll be like, oh, what do you want from us? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to totally rebuild the chocolate industry in there, and we're going to net some of our people over here and some people over there. We're going to partner, and we're going to develop the chocolate industry ourselves. If you don't do that, we're going to basically press you for economic sanctions, and we're going to make your life freaking hell. And we're going to protest any company that does business with you.
And I have another concept.
Do when you want to get me involved in the streets.
That's on an international level, but I have a concept on a local level that's probably, to me, the most effective form of protest. Every time something happens, if the state does something against one of our people, any working black person don't go to your payroll department and don't pay state and local taxes.
Right.
You don't have to get out there. You don't have to get out there in the streets. Just go and say, we ain't paying no taxes for this period or this particular amount of time until this problem gets solved.
And if they don't give us justice, you know what you do? You go to the nearest bridge. Say, everybody, we're going to park our cars on the bridge right there, and we're going to throw our keys in the river, and walk off.
But, you know what, brother?
This thing when you can do,
when it comes to the whole, we have to do this in the streets, I be hearing that, and I be laughing so hard, brother, because I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. Like, being a Wu-Tang fan, I can remember Method Man saying, when I'm gone, how many niggas going to remember me? I was out there for years, brother. I was out there for years. I'm talking about, listen, I can't even name the amount of cities I've been to. I can't even name the amount of doors that I have hit. I have been out there for years. And what happens is that you talk about let's get in the streets. Listen, if we don't build some kind of infrastructure that will survive a couple of generations, the whole concept of get out there in the streets is fallacy. It's a falsehood. It's a myth. It's a paper tiger. Because all it does is make you feel good that you was out there. Mm-hmm. You know something, brother? In my city, I don't want to embarrass this brother, so I won't call his name or anything like that, but I have to say it. In my city, I have a brother, right? He's not in my particular part of the Nation of Islam. He's in the big one under you-know-who. He sits outside the check cashing spot every single day, brother. Whether it's raining, whether it's pouring, whether it's snowing, every single day he out there in front of the check cashing spot. What in the hell are you doing? That's in the streets, though, right?
Mm-hmm. But wait a minute. But he's still part of a bigger strategy, though. You think about that. You can think about it just for a minute. He's still part of a bigger strategy. He may not be getting the masses, but he's getting that trickling few that's still supporting you know who.
Right.
Can I just make an analogy? You got a big dam, right? And there's a water coming through the dam, but it's not breaking the whole dam. It's coming out in little spots. So what you do is there's two strategies you can utilize. You can either run to the spot where you see the water leaking through and keep trying to plug up each individual hole, or you got to get to where the goddamn water is coming in and stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a fable, isn't there, like that?
My thing is strategy, man. Strategically, what makes more sense? Because right now what we're doing is running around like every time something comes up, Trayvon Martin comes up. All right, y'all, let's get out in the streets for Trayvon Martin.
Right.
Then this person comes. All right, y'all, let's get out in the streets for so-and-so. And then this happens, and then let's get out in the streets for this. You're running people all over the place, and then after you go running them all over the place, then your major complaint is, well, ain't nobody out here in these streets with me. Well, what the fuck you think?